Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to our English news edition coming to you from Canal, Algérie. I'm your host, Meista Dumas. To the headlines. Digitizing the administration is underway in Algeria so as to curb bureaucracy and better serve citizens. A case in point, the health sector. Tension is still running high in Morocco as peaceful demonstrations are held daily to denounce the harsh living conditions and call for social justice. And we wrap up our news edition by shedding light on a prominent cultural figure, namely Ben Mustafa, a founder of the Algerian contemporary arts. Those were today's headlines. First in our news, over 30 exceptional operating permits were granted in Shlif province to many economic projects, which provided wealth in various fields of activity. The industry minister, Ahmed Zagdar, paid an inspection visit to the region to take stock of the ongoing projects. Manal Ammari has the details.
Shlif province is experiencing great dynamics on the industrial level. Several economic enterprises are operational and keep on evolving in various sectors of activity, such as the glass processing company as well as the Algerian cement industrial group, specialized in manufacturing cement and its derivatives, that got recently equipped with a new production line intended for exports. It is a leading enterprise in its field, established itself throughout the years thanks to its employees and management staff's efforts that placed its products which fit international standards on the market, namely the cement we export. We work a lot for the development of our company and to upgrade it to its rightful place. All enterprises in the province continue developing. For example, the company specialized in manufacturing pharmaceutical products, which benefited from an exceptional operating permit as part of the lifting of the freeze on investments. We are primarily targeting products that are produced in Algeria to reduce import rates. We will certify this unit up to the norms of the International Organization for Standardization. We also have extension projects to fabricate injectable products and biosimilars.
We inspected private projects and small enterprises which experienced many obstacles. The volume of new projects equipped with state-of-the-art technology, as well as Italian partners who support the Algerian industry, has increased.
Many investors in Shlif province obtained exceptional exploitation authorizations, since the total number of frozen projects has reached 600 throughout the national territory.
Digital transformation in the administrative sector of Ouargla province is no longer a choice, but a necessity to simplify the living conditions of citizens and with Manal.
The digitization to improve the quality of the services offered to citizens. To do so is now inevitable in the short and medium term. Put in place a modern system across the national territory with the utilization of all human and material means to reach this objective that will allow first and foremost the saving of time and consumables. Algeria today imports 1.2 million tons of papers, worth 400 million euros. It is a heavy bill caused by the excessive use of papers in administrations. The presence of administrations is a huge step towards a full digital transition, in addition to use of information and communications techniques. This will allow various Algerian and foreign companies to collaborate and achieve the required quality in terms of management and production. To develop the use of information and communication in private companies, a national meeting was held on the digitization of administrative documents and techniques, sponsored by the Minister of Digitization and Statistics. The main objective of this is to bring private and public companies closer to operators active in this field and raise awareness on the importance of a digital switch. The starting point is the digitization of documents and administrative procedures to succeed in the digital transition process to improve public service. The use of new technology is an essential role in the business world. It affects performance.
A revolutionary novel in the health sector, it is gradually digitizing, which is precisely the case in the polyclinic in the province of Mdia, where it allows a better patient's care with a huge time gain. Leticia Sidqawi has details.
No more long queue in the local health facility in the province of Mdia. Digitization has considerably simplified patients' care. We have computerized the management system, especially for the entry and exit of patients. This has been generalized to several polyclinics in the region. Thanks to digitization, we can link all health facilities in the country on the same platform. At our level, we have managed to develop a file and an electronic card that will allow other health institutions to have access to the patient's medical file in record time. A personalized medical card that gathers and gives access to all the patient's information, a novelty highly appreciated by the patients and by the health staff. There is no more management problems. It really is a time saver. Thanks to this system, we can know how many patients are in the waiting room without having to. Even before the patient enters the consultation room, we can find out through the medical card if the latter has a medical or surgical history. E-health, a revolution in the management system, an operation the health sector plans to generalize on facilities in the country.
Russian President Vladimir Putin said he is open to dialogue with the Ukrainian side and with all those who want peace if the Russian demands are met, namely a neutral and non-nuclear status for Ukraine. For its part, Ukraine accused Russia of nuclear terror after occupying the Zaporizhzhia power plant, the largest in Europe, overnight, an operation which raises fear of a catastrophe and pushed the Security Council to hold an emergency meeting. In Morocco, several temporary contract teachers were arrested and others injured during peaceful demonstrations to denounce their precarious socio-professional demands. More details with Rania Al-Bahri.
During a demonstration of fixed-term contract teachers in Morocco, men and women were abused, insulted, arrested by the security forces. These teachers have started another strike which will continue until March the 6th. They demand their immediate integration into the public function and the better taking in charge their socio-professional claims, likely to ensure their dignity. We as contract teachers, we have only one claim, which is the integration into public service. We have no other claim. We want to send this message to the authorities. After a long series of demonstrations, we came out once again to call the authorities to review our professional status. This is our unique national slogan. Yesterday, several people were arrested and beaten by the Moroccan forces. The Moroccan National Education Federation reported the arrest of 19 teachers, including 2 women, and the injury of others brutally repressed by the Makhzen security services. The National Coordination of Fixed-Term Teachers emphasized that these actions are part of a response to the silence of the ministry concerning the management of the sector and its lack of serious action with their previous correspondence.
A dozen of Moroccan human rights associations active in France are calling on for a rally on Saturday in front of the Moroccan Assembly and Embassy in France to denounce the repressive practices of the Makhzen regime and demand the release of all political prisoners in the kingdom. A couple of months ahead of the Mediterranean Games 2022 in Oran, the preparations are going on not only at the level of sports and hotel facilities, but also the National Museum Ahmed Zabana that is getting ready for this major event. Leticia Sidqawi once again.
It is in the very heart of Iran, a Mediterranean city, one of the oldest museums in the country, the Ahmed Zabana National Museum, a space that preciously preserves a part of the memory of this region and preserves its history and that of Algeria. The museum prepares to receive the guests of Al Bahia on the occasion of the Mediterranean Games 2022. We offer a training session for cultural guides capable of introducing guests to the Algerian heritage in general and the heritage of Iran in particular. Young people trained in the field of history and heritage will accompany the sports delegation and guests of Algeria to tell the story of each of these archaeological pieces well kept by the museum. We are in the process of preparing some halls of the museum that will open their doors to the public during the Mediterranean Games.
جميع الزوار المتوافدين أثناء الألعاب المتوسطية.
The beautiful history of the city of Iran will be displayed by Ahmed Zabana Museum and the priceless pieces it contains. Guests of the Mediterranean Games will have the opportunity to discover them during this grandiose sporting event that is fast approaching.
Let's head to the Culture Palace of Mufti Zakaria to meet Adnan Mustafa, the founder of the Algerian Contemporary Art, an artist whose career began 60 years ago. More details with Rania Al-Bahri.
Mustafa Adnan is one of the prominent cultural figures who have impacted the Algerian contemporary arts, an artist with a rich career dating to 60 years ago. Rassam for me is an Algerian idol. He and other Algerian painters preferred to stay here in Algeria and didn't go to Paris. I'm very happy because you are here to make the museum vivid. The specialist and founder of the Ocean Group, designer of the first Algerian medal, creator of the Keys of Algiers, has only one work pending in the Fine Arts National Museum, where he has never exhibited. My museum must at all costs be open to artists. I have a collection from the 18th century. Ceramist, interior designer, Adnan Mustafa and his career is a reference model in the history of arts and Algerian culture.
That was it for our news edition. Thank you for tuning in to our program. Good night.